What is up, everyone? Back with another video. Get ready to have your minds blown because today we're diving deep into the world of food. And trust me, you're not ready for this. We're talking about the craziest, most unbelievable food facts that they don't teach you in school. Prepare to be amazed by the weirdest food facts you've never heard. Let's kick things off with a fact that's sweeter than a jar of honey. Literally. Did you know honey never expires? Seriously, you could find a jar buried with a pharaoh, and it would still be good to eat. Archaeologists found 3,000-year-old honey that's still good to eat. That's older than Cleopatra, older than the pyramids, older than sliced bread. How is that even possible? Honey has this magical combination of low moisture content, high acidity, and a special enzyme that kills bacteria. It's like nature's own time capsule of deliciousness. So next time you see a jar of honey, remember, that stuff is basically immortal. Next up, we're going nuts. Cashew nuts, that is. Now, I love a handful of cashews as much as the next person, but I bet you didn't know this. Cashews come from a fruit called the cashew apple, and the nut is actually its seed. Yes, you heard that right. The cashew nut that we all love to snack on is not a nut in the traditional sense, but a seed of a unique fruit. I know, right? Mind blown. It's one of those fascinating facts that makes you appreciate nature's quirks. Picture this. You've got this pear-shaped fruit, the cashew apple, and at the bottom, hanging off like a little tail, is the cashew nut. The cashew apple itself is quite colorful, usually a bright red or yellow, and it's actually edible too, though it's not as popular as the nut. It's like finding a prize at the bottom of your cereal box, but way more delicious. Imagine biting into a juicy fruit and finding a crunchy, tasty seed attached to it. It's a delightful surprise. And here's another fun fact: the cashew shell surrounding the nut is actually toxic. This shell contains a substance called urushiol, which is the same irritant found in poison ivy. So it's crucial to handle it carefully. It takes a special roasting process to remove it and make the cashew safe to eat. This process involves heating the nuts at high temperatures to neutralize the toxins, making them safe and delicious for us to enjoy. So next time you're snacking on cashews, remember the crazy journey they took to get to your taste buds. From growing on a vibrant cashew apple to undergoing a meticulous roasting process, these little seeds have quite the story. Appreciate the effort and nature's ingenuity that brings this tasty treat to your table. All right, get ready for a real head scratcher. This one is going to blow your mind. We're diving into the fascinating world of canned food. But here's the kicker. Canned food existed for 50 years before someone invented the can opener. Yes, you heard that right. Imagine living in a time when you had delicious food sealed in metal containers, but no easy way to get to it. People were eating canned food, but they had no simple tool to open the cans. Can you imagine the struggle? Picture the frustration on their faces as they tried to figure out how to get to their food. Back in the day, they used all sorts of crazy methods to crack open those metal containers. We're talking chisels, hammers, bayonets, you name it. People were incredibly resourceful, using whatever they had on hand. It wasn't until almost half a century later that someone finally said, "Hey, there's got to be a better way." Imagine the eureka moment when the idea of a can opener first popped into someone's head, and bam, the can opener was born. This simple yet revolutionary tool changed the way people access their food, making life so much easier. Talk about an invention that was long overdue. The relief and joy must have been palpable. Finally, a solution to a problem that had plagued people for decades. The can opener was a game changer, a small invention with a huge impact on daily life. Today we take can openers for granted, but it's fascinating to think about how people managed before they existed. So next time you effortlessly open a can, take a moment to appreciate this ingenious little tool and the history behind it. From chisels and hammers to the modern can opener, we've come a long way. Calling all chocoholics, this next fact is for you. Get ready to have your sweet tooth and your mind blown at the same time. Did you know that chocolate was once used as currency? That's right, people were literally trading cocoa beans like they were dollar bills. The Mayans and Aztecs used cocoa beans as money. They valued these beans so much that they used them to buy everything from food and clothing to slaves and weapons. Can you imagine walking into a store and paying for your groceries with a handful of cocoa beans? Talk about a sweet deal. It just goes to show you, chocolate really is a valuable commodity. Okay, buckle up because this next fact is a little bit bananas. Literally, did you know that bananas are radioactive? I know what you're thinking. Hold up, are you telling me I've been eating radioactive fruit this whole time? Well, yes, but before you freak out, let me explain. Bananas emit radiation due to their potassium, but don't worry, it's harmless. The amount of radiation in a banana is incredibly small, like way, way smaller than the amount you're exposed to from everyday things like sunlight or your phone. So go ahead, enjoy that banana smoothie without fear. Just another fun fact to impress your friends at your next picnic. All right, let's talk carrots. You might think you know everything about this humble root vegetable, but today we're diving into a fascinating piece of history that might just surprise you. Now, we all know carrots are orange, right? They're a staple in our kitchens, from salads to soups, and even in our favorite carrot cakes. Well, prepare to have your world turned upside down because carrots weren't always orange. That's right. Before the 17th century, carrots were actually purple. Dutch farmers played a crucial role in this transformation. The original carrots were rocking a vibrant purple hue. Imagine seeing fields of deep violet and almost black carrots. They came in all sorts of shades, from deep violet to almost black. These colorful varieties were not just visually striking, but also packed with nutrients. So how did we end up with the orange ones we see today? It's a tale of selective breeding and a bit of national pride. In the 17th century, Dutch farmers started selectively breeding carrots with a mutation that made them orange. But why orange, you ask? Some say it was a tribute to the Dutch royal family, the House of Orange. The orange color was seen as a symbol of national pride and unity. Whatever the reason, it's safe to say that orange carrots are here to stay. They've become a beloved part of our culinary world, from crunchy snacks to delicious dishes. So next time you munch on a carrot, remember its colorful history. Who knows, maybe purple carrots will make a comeback in your kitchen. Calling all sushi lovers, this next fact might just rock your world. You know that green paste you get with your sushi that clears your sinuses in an instant? Yeah, about that. Most wasabi isn't real. I know, it's a tough pill to swallow. That wasabi on your sushi is probably just horseradish, mustard, and food coloring. Real wasabi is actually pretty expensive and difficult to grow. It's a plant in the same family as horseradish and mustard, but it has a much more delicate flavor and aroma. So next time you're at a sushi restaurant, don't be afraid to ask if they have the real deal. Calling all spice lovers, this next fact is for you. Get ready to turn up the heat because peppers get hotter as they age. That's right, those fiery little pods just keep getting spicier the longer they're around. As chili peppers age, their heat increases. More capsaicin equals more spice. Capsaicin is the chemical compound that gives peppers their heat. So, a young pepper will have less capsaicin while a mature pepper will be bursting with it. So next time you're looking for a real fiery kick, go for the older peppers. Let's take a quick dip into the world of apples with this next fact. Have you ever noticed how apples float in water? Ever wondered why? Well, I've got the answer, and it's surprisingly simple. Apples float because they're made up of 25% air. That's right, those juicy fruits are basically 1/4 air. It's like having a built-in life preserver. The air is trapped within the apple's cells, making it buoyant enough to stay afloat. So next time you're bobbing for apples, remember, you're not just fishing for fruit, you're fishing for air. Last but not least, let's talk about pineapples. Those spiky, sweet, and tangy fruits that scream tropical paradise. But here's the thing about pineapples. It takes 18 to 24 months for a single pineapple to fully grow. That's right, 2 whole years. Think about it. That's longer than it takes to grow a watermelon, a cantaloupe, or even a pumpkin. Each pineapple plant only produces 1 pineapple per year, so those farmers have to be patient. So next time you're enjoying a slice of pineapple, take a moment to appreciate the time and effort that went into growing that delicious fruit. And there you have it, 10 unbelievable food facts that will blow your mind. From immortal honey to radioactive bananas, we've covered it all. I hope you learned something new and had a few laughs along the way. Which fact surprised you the most? Let me know in the comments below. Don't forget to smash that like button, hit subscribe for more mind-blowing truths, and I'll see you in the next video.